Greetings YouTube, couple of news items here, thought I'd kill two birds with one video. First of all, Jukin Media, or however the fuck you pronounce their name, their dispute with MxR has now been resolved. What a difference a few days and a shitload of media attention makes, eh? Basically, the two sides have reached some kind of deal. I say some kind of deal because MxR have apparently had to sign an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, which in corporate realm I think of as a very shady business practice. Apparently it's normal. That doesn't make me feel any better about it. It's usually a shitty way of keeping a lid on the whole thing and making sure that no information about the deal gets out. But I can't really argue with the end result because MxR and Potastic Panda, they look thrilled by the decision, by the fact that they've been able to resolve this in what they think of as a very favourable outcome for them. They don't have to go to court now. Obviously the only reason that this resolution was reached in a favourable manner was because Jukin Media got hit with a massive backlash from YouTube and quite possibly the internet in general. Tyrone Magnus has put a video out saying that he's gone through this as well, but in the past with him it's just been copyright claims, and it's been like, you know, things like less than $100 or $99 I think he said was the actual amount per video he was getting, and then suddenly he got hit with a copyright strike. And that is apparently still sat on his channel. I can only assume that Jukin Media have gotten way too fucking cocksure with themselves. That they've grown too confident. And they thought, you know what, let's put a copyright strike on this guy's channel. Let's claim $6,000 from this channel. And suddenly they're on everybody's radar. And everybody's gone, no you fucking don't. And now they've had to jump back and so, oh shit, what just happened there? I think they just got too greedy, too cocky. But, you know, again, I can't argue with the end result. MxR look thrilled by the decision, so I'm not going to complain too much about the NDA, even though I think it's a shite system. But yeah, that dispute has now been resolved. The other bit of news, of course, in the wake of a delay to both Avengers and Final Fantasy VII, Cyberpunk 2077 will now have a delay for it. A 5-month delay to allow finishing various little things around the game. And I don't mind delays to video games, though I know other people are a bit irritated by this, either because they want the game now, or because they had things planned, like family events or holidays, because generally speaking, January and June, July are pretty much dead for major video game releases. Sometimes you get one or two, but usually those are the quiet months. October, November is when it's busy, and presumably some people were planning to have some time off in September so that they could come back and really get into the busy period for October, November. And now Cyberpunk 2077 will be releasing around September time, and it's obviously thrown their plan into disarray. And I get that. I can understand why. I mean, me personally, I'm not bothered about delays. If you need some more time to work on your game, you take that time. It's better than crunch, for crying out loud. But you know what? This game is still going to have a crunch period, because apparently 5 months isn't enough. I wonder how bad, how goddamn terrible their time management must be to be giving their team an extra 5 months to work on this game, and for it to still not be enough to avoid a crunch period. Crunch is when basically usually happens towards the end of a project. Suddenly everyone is told, okay, we're not going to meet the deadline unless everybody works massive amounts of overtime and works twice as hard. during the overtime until everyone has to knuckle down and suddenly it gets all really intense and it gets stressful and oh my god, how the hell are we going to reach the end? How are we going to do this? How are we going to hit the deadline? And that's crunch, basically. I obviously don't make video games, but I do video game reviews and I like to work to a schedule, but I like to be flexible. And I'm supposed to be doing a review right now for Atelier Aisha, or however you pronounce the name of this game. I've no idea. The Alchemist of Dusk. But there's been the Jukin Media thing. There's been this video. I've been trying to get a review out for Carnival Row. And yeah, I've been giving myself a lot of shit to do. And apparently this is just normal business practice for corporate. You occasionally hear about this kind of thing, and I suspect it's even more widespread than the gaming media suggests. This is just normal operating procedure for them. Crunch is normal, and it shouldn't be. I do it to myself, and I really shouldn't, because right now I am a little bit stressed out about having lost like a day and a half on my video game review, but this is normal for corporate. And they turn around to their staff and they say to them, okay, can you just do this? No! No, you can't just do this! That animation of the cars crashing in my Jukin Media video, that took me ages to put together. It looks small, it's simple, but I had to find the images of the cars, cut out the transparency around them, I had to recolour them, position them on screen, then I had to position them with the right timing so they looked like they were crashing, and then I affected the rotation of the image and the height of the images a little bit just to give the crash a little bit of a better visual effect. It took me a while to put something so simple together. Imagine how the developers of a massive, open world, highly anticipated and hyped video game feel when the management calls them into the office and says to them, can you just do this? There's no such thing as just. Because you've got the program, how the character reacts, how the player character reacts, how the other characters react to it, how maybe your inventory affects. Is it a brand new mechanic? Are you going to have to build that fucking thing from scratch? Is it going to affect the world? Is it going to affect any items in the world? Is it going to affect the lighting, the physics, the particle mechanics? It doesn't bear thinking about. There's no such thing as just or little. They're massive undertakings. Whenever you ask them to do a tiny little thing, you have to tweak 3,000 other things. So yeah, they're getting a 5-month delay, and despite that, they're still going to have crunch. So yeah, those are the two news items. Jukin Media have sort of lost. I'm going to chalk it up in the win column of MxR. And Cyberpunk 2077 has been delayed by 5 months, but we'll still have fucking crunch.